Well, hello, hello.
Hello, everybody.
How was your day?
Long. My feet hurt.
That's what everyone wanted to hear.
My feet
I'm
hurt.
sure. How tired you are.
I'm drinking this
With
beer.
all of this stuff that has happened today, oh my gosh. Let's see. Where shall we start? So, Chuck Schumer is up in arms, and you can see post after post, and he's screaming and hollering. Elizabeth Warren is up in arms, and she's screaming and hollering. Anybody that's a Democrat is up in arms. But you know what I was sitting here thinking? All the people I see screaming and hollering are Democrats. I haven't seen a Republican scream and holler about this USA thing.
It's not their team.
Well, but I mean, if they really thought that we were going in to close down the treasury, and your grandpa's not going to get his Social Security check, and your grandma's going to not get her Social Security check anymore, and you know you're going to lose, and if she needs surgery, oh my gosh, she's not going to get that either, because you know what, they're not going to fund that because Medicare will be shut down, and there you go.
It's going to happen.
Well, it didn't happen because USAID does not have anything to do with Social Security,
they're just trying to scare the people.
Well, and it doesn't have anything to do with Social Security, and it doesn't have anything to do with the IRS.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a whole lot of fear mongering going on out there. They've lied. I've caught them in I don't know how many lies today, because these are guys. This building, this U.S. aid thing is 1300 Pennsylvania Avenue. I thought that was kind of strange there. But that's what it is, Pennsylvania Avenue. Okay. Social Security Department is in Maryland. And the IRS is some other street.
It's all right there.
But it's not in that building. That's what they're saying. It's all in this building, and they're going to have all your information. Hello, KMM. I wanted to tell you real quick. It's me and Clyde. Linda may be out for a little bit. She'll be back as quick as she can. She's got her hands full.
She needs to get it back on here.
She has got her hands full. She's got a brand new baby. She's got a 1-year-old she's taking care of. She's got a daughter-in-law in the hospital with pneumonia. She's got her mother who just broke her arm. That's 85. And she's like, where do I start? What do I do? So I said, take breath. Take care of what you can take care of. And
we'll send Connie up there to help her.
Well, I'll go. You want to send me away? I'll go. Hi, Royal Apple.
Go for a week.
You're going to send me away?
For a week.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that, Linda? Clyde said, I'll send you over there, and she can help you take care of it all. Oh, okay. I'm sure that's exactly what Linda wants. Yeah. So anyway, hello, Royal Apple. So we have a bunch of fear mongering. Thank you. Yes, please. Hello, Donna. So we got a lot of fear mongering going on right now. And if you notice and you watch real close, the fear mongering is not coming from any Republican at all. It's all coming from the Democratic side. So you kind of wonder whose little footprints or whose little fingerprints are all over the USAID ID or USAID, however they say it, they want to say it. Your grandpa's still going to get his Social Security check. Your grandma's still going to get her Social Security check. If you're on Medicaid, you're still going to, and dig this. And if you have a refund coming from the IRS, you're going to get that. None of that's frozen. None of that stuff is even affected. And that's what they're hollering and screaming about. But Gaza might not get their condoms.
Well, they better not.
And Vietnam's not going to get their electric vehicles.
And they wanted
And the transgender operatic group is not going to get their money anymore. And the transgender surgeries that were going to whatever country, that we're not doing that anymore.
Wasn't there a comic book that they were going
And
to
they're
do?
doing a transgender comic book in some country too that we're funding.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's according to the money, it's really not that much. But you know what? I could use a little bit of that.
Well, I'm going to tell you
We all
something.
could.
How about this one? This was the one that got me today, guys. With everything that's going on, and I have said it, if I haven't said it once to you guys, I've said it 100 times. And here, let me repeat what I'm saying because it sounds like a broken record. Oh, to Peru. That's where you're getting your comic book. We're in a spiritual warfare, right? There's a spiritual warfare going on right now. And everybody's praying to keep everything afloat, keep peace going, praying out all the evil that's going on, right? Right, guys? You're following along with me. Everybody knows that that's what's going on right now. And I want you to know that in this wonderful U.S. aid fund, one of the things that they also funded was spreading atheism.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I want my tax-paying money going to that. And as a Christian country, I don't think anybody wants their tax-paying money going to that. And I was kind of thinking today, while I was watching all of that, I thought, they go in, they take X amount of your paycheck out. There it is, 500,000 in Nepal. So they take this money out of your paycheck, and it all goes in this big bucket, right? And they divvy out where it goes. You're going to get this much. You're going to get this much. You're going to get this much. How transparent is it? How transparent is it? How do you know where it's going? Do you know where it's going? Because we sure none of us knew. I didn't know where my tax paying money. The more I thought about it, I thought I don't know where it goes. I just know it goes in a big bucket, and I pray to get some of it back. But I sure didn't know it was going to spread atheism in Nepal. And I sure didn't know I was paying for transgender surgeries in another country. You know what? That's exactly what it was. It was nothing but a laundering slush fund. And everybody's up in arms about it because their little fingers were on it. And Chuck Schumer, sorry, bud, you're not going to get your paycheck this month of $10 million or whatever it was that you've been getting a year. That stops here. Okay, that's why it's frozen. And you can scream and you can holler and you can pound your feet, but right is right and wrong is wrong. But you know what somebody asked me a question and I didn't know the answer. So, bye. So, let me ask you, Benny, if everyone, all their hands are caught in the cookie jar and everyone's got the fingerprints all over it, and I can tell you right now that they're going to get caught. Okay, everyone's going to get caught. It's all going to be foretold. It's all going to be out in the open. Is that treason?
You'd have to look up the actual definition of treason.
But it's working against your country.
Yeah, but there's specific
or is that just
wording for treason.
Or is that just stealing?
Because they brought that up the other day and said treason. He said, no, you need to look it up to see exactly what treason is and what the definition of it is to our, what we consider treason in America.
Well, I mean, it's working against the American people.
Mm-hmm. The people or the government or to overthrow, I don't know.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. We're going to find it out right here. So we'll go here and we'll share it with you so that no one thinks that we'll look at it. Well, I thought stealing would be too, but let's see what it really is here. Let's look. So treason in the United States is the act of waging war against the country or aiding its enemies. The Constitution Treason Clause defines treason and the requirements for the conviction. Leaving war on the United States, giving aid and comfort to the United States enemies, adhering to the United States enemies. A conviction required to test one or two witnesses to the same overt act. A conviction requires an open. Okay, so it doesn't say one thing about stealing American money.
Mm-hmm. Now, somebody told me this. I heard it the other day.
So
and they said you need to look it up. And, you can't just call treason for treason.
Embezzlement's not considered treason.
30 million people invade our country.
Now there's treason,
but that they don't call that treason. It's not there.
Yeah, but that could be considered wagering war if they start getting.
If they started war, yeah.
Oh, and by the way, this little slush fund also, it funded the Wuhan lab to create COVID, and it funded riots with BLM and all these people. So you think January 6th didn't have some of those people getting paid? And today I was watching the protests, and there was a real professional up there standing there. And I thought, lady, do you know that the company that was supposed to be paying you just got frozen? You're not going to get paid.
Well, it could be coming from George Soros himself. So who knows?
I'm telling you guys, you can't make this stuff up. I'm like in shock. My head feels like just got off the tilt-a-whirl. Every day it's something that is flat mind spinning that we're hearing. Every day it's something new and out of the pocket and crazy. And you're like, what is going on? Have we all been living in a bubble and not seeing all this?
This is kind of
okay. So we were watching Trump just a while ago because he's with Netanyahu and they've talked and they're trying to get peace in the Middle East. But Trump wants to take over the Gaza Strip as being a part of America.
Trump says he wants U.S. to take charge of Gaza Strip.
He wants to take charge. What is the difference?
With Netanyahu.
Okay, so we want to take charge with Netanyahu over the Gaza Strip. And we want to go in there and build up all these buildings of great jobs and all of this stuff. And we want to move the Palestinians to another place by themselves.
Well,
yeah, this is what he said.
If the Palestinians stay, is it them okay? Or shit, I can't even talk. Are the Palestinians okay and just get rid of Hamas, or is it all one and the same?
Well, what Trump is saying is he would like to take the Palestinians, just the Palestinians.
We need to get rid of Hamas. That's
yeah, he wants to get rid of Hamas. Get rid of Hamas and then move the Palestinians to a beautiful place with all this wonderful land where they can see the light and hear the birds chirping, because he said if they go back, it's going to be nothing but a war zone, even if they rebuild it. It's been continual. And he said people are dying and people don't need to be dying all the time.
So send them to Iran.
Well, maybe he wants to send them to Greenland, Iceland, whatever it is that we're trying to buy.
No.
Why not?
Because I want to go to Greenland one day.
Why, you can't go there because of the Palestinians?
And if they go there, I won't be able to.
Oh, yes, you could. You think they're going to be over there fine? We're talking about the good people that are the human shields over Hamas. I mean, there's good people over there. You just have a bad leadership. Hamas needs to go. Hezbollah needs to go. The Houthis need to go.
And they all come from Iran. All the money comes from Iran.
How about North Carolina, California, and Maui? Well, there you go.
I mean, what have they even said about Maui?
Yeah. What we need to fix those places too. But Trump said we're going to fix all of that too. So I don't know where all this money's going to come from that he's got falling out of the air.
If we get rid of.
Oh, and you know what Chuck Schumer said today, and I had to laugh. So Mexico, everyone knows Mexico backed out, so they dropped the tariffs, right?
30 days.
For 30 days. Canada backed out, so they dropped the tariffs for 30 days, right? Right? Chuck Schumer said that they had to tell Trump to stop him because it was unconstitutional and against the law to do what he was doing.
It's not.
Well, it's not, and I don't know why he's lying so much.
Why doesn't somebody just put a sock in that man's mouth? I don't know. Shut him the
Well,
hell up.
and Elizabeth
And
Warren
then somebody
was
needs to
screaming,
knock those damn glasses off his face too. And get him a regular pair of glasses instead of wearing those stupid things down on his nose. He looks like a damned idiot.
well, he's an old man.
I don't care. Get him a regular pair of glasses. He always looks like he's talking down to everybody. He's looking over his glasses. He's talking down at everybody like he's. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I mean that was been what 2 years now or 3?
Yeah,
on East Palestine. I mean,
yeah.
that's them people. Just I can't even imagine what they've been going through.
She said that's my biggest pet peeve of Clyde.
Well,
I don't know. The problem is the folks in Gaza are all indoctrinated.
yeah.
Yeah. No,
I don't want to say there's no good people, but they're a completely different culture.
She didn't mean of Clyde.
Yeah, but I mean it's a whole different culture over there. You can't expect us to go into Afghanistan or Iraq or any of these places and expect them to do anything, to be anything like us.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, he's worth $83 million. Now, I want you guys to do the math here. The man is worth $83 million. Recently, it couldn't have been probably the last 5 years he started making $200,000 or whatever when they all got their raise. So I don't know what he made before that, but it wasn't $200,000. But even at $200,000 in 30 years, he wouldn't have $81 million and still survive and pay his house off.
Maybe they need to make all their tax things
right. We could give him a comic book.
He'd probably like that.
He would like that comic book.
Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, that's her biggest pet peeve. That was Linda. That was the biggest pet peeve, those glasses that hang down.
They drive me absolutely nuts. And he's been wearing them for years.
And do you know that it's considered extremely rude to look at people, to be talking to people and then look up over them and do like this while you're talking to them?
You're talking down to people.
Yeah, and people don't like it. They don't like it, and they catch an attitude the minute you start doing it.
I see that.
And he uses it. He knows what he's doing with it.
I'd slap the shit out of him. I'd want to.
Well, you know what? Blumenthal's got his face so stretched back to the back of his head. There's no more skin left. It's plastic.
Oh, well.
You know, and so today we got through, they're still protesting all over everywhere, slinging their look at that side. Okay, so here's the deal. So they're over there still protesting, and they're still waving their Mexico flags and their Salvadorian flags and whatever flags. And they're so proud of their country that they're waving their flags and burning ours.
Send them home.
You know what I got to say about that? Hop on that flag and fly the hell home. You're so proud of it. Don't stay here in a country you don't like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Don't burn my American flag. Nothing makes me madder than somebody who burns the flag. It's disrespectful.
Yep.
They need to hop on their flag and fly home. Bye-bye. See ya.
They'll say it's your First Amendment right to do that. But
it's not their First Amendment right to be flying their flag in our country.
If they're not from here, is it their First Amendment right if they're not from here?
Oh, well, they don't even have a First Amendment right. They're here illegal.
I don't know.
Do they have rights?
This guy needs another beer. I'll be right back.
Okay, I'm so glad that I've got you in the mood to drink a whole bunch of beer. God, I will hold him so you can punch him. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm from this country. No, sorry, but not sorry. I'm from this country. That's my flag. Many people fought and died for us to have that flag. And you know what? Take your little Mexico flag and go wave it in Mexico. Because you ran away from there. It was so bad, but you're going to fly it in our country. I think that's
American beer,
okay. It's American beer,
Texas beer,
right? It's not from Canada.
brewed right here in Texas.
So I mean,
It only takes two.
and then what happens?
And I'm a lightweight.
And then what happens? And then what?
There's chicken.
Okay. And then what? Yes, very rude body language to use your glasses like that. It is extremely rude and it's demeaning. And people have gotten in more fights with somebody looking down the glass. Do you know that you cannot legally, now this is really funny. If you get in a fight in a bar and a man is wearing a pair of glasses, you can't hit a man with a pair of glasses.
Sure you can.
On. You're not supposed to.
No, but if he takes
But if
them
he
off,
takes them off, it's a free shot.
that's a sign that he's getting ready to fight.
Yeah.
So
And then so you just punch him out.
just leave him on and hopefully he won't hit you.
Speaking of punching, look at I like certain Mexican beers like Dos Equis and Corona, Tecate. Okay, so guys, I don't know if you saw it this morning, but I was giggling because who is our Secretary of Homeland Security? Was that Mayorkas?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I
He
never
was.
saw Mayorkas on a horse at the border. Did you? Because Christy Nome was there this morning
Shoot, they had
on a horse.
Christy Nome did a roundup.
Yeah,
They were showing her a few years back up in South Dakota. She's
yeah,
the
South
governor.
Dakota.
She's the governor.
Yeah,
And they were doing some buffalo roundup, and it was on this huge ranch, and she was just right along riding with them.
yeah, she's good on that horse.
She is A1. She is legit, and
I don't know where Mayorkas is. You know where he's at?
hopefully he's in jail. But,
Maybe he's hanging from a tree.
I mean, that man is one.
Maybe
piece
he's
of
at
crap.
Gitmo.
No, maybe I don't know. Where
You know,
he's at.
there's a lot of people for some reason going to
He's,
Gitmo.
he,
She is awesome. She's awesome.
yeah, she's.
But she's only
fantastic.
43 years old.
I mean, damn.
I could have done a little bit more when I was 43. But
I know. I couldn't have rode a horse, so
I could have.
no,
I could have.
I'm not a horseman.
You don't like her, Donna? I know she did shoot her dog that time.
Well, sometimes you have to.
It's awful.
And it's sad. I mean, but if the dog's old, or if it
Got chewed up by a bear.
if it gets,
You try to
vicious
save them.
and-
You try to do everything you can. I got to tell you, one time
especially
We
if you're
had a
living on
chow.
ranch.
we had a chow German Shepherd, and we tried everything we could do. And the guy next door to us threw a packet of rat poisoning over the fence, and we didn't know what had happened. But we saw blood spewing from everywhere. We ran that dog to every emergency place, and they ended up having to put it down because we didn't know what was going on. No, it wasn't a puppy. It was
He was about 7 years old.
he was about 7, but still broke my heart. It was hard.
He was the funniest damn dog too. He had some.
He was a lucky dog. Yeah, it was. I wanted to go over there, pull the person out of the house, and shake.
He was one of those dogs that every dog has their signs. If you want to go outside, and he'd come up to you and go, show his teeth and go. And I've never had a dog do that.
I gotta go now.
I said, time. I gotta go. Put me out. We'd put him out.
That was
He
funny.
was funny. I'll remember that.
And Benny swats the heck out of you. Swats you in the face and swats you just like he's.
What you doing, boy?
And they keep and
Like-
Missy just starts licking your face all over the place.
Mhm.
I gotta go. Squirrel. Scroll. So we got protesting going on in our streets in the big cities. Hey, KMM, is there some protesting going on in the city in Minnesota? I bet there is. I bet Minneapolis is loaded with them. Yeah, the chow mixes. But you know it was really bad, Donna, because you know your chow mix has that underlining fur to keep them insulated. And I brought him down here to tropical country. That poor dog.
No. Our Australian Shepherd didn't do too well either.
Yeah, our Australian Shepherd Blue Heeler didn't like that very much either.
Should have left them up in Wyoming.
Yeah, she's looking. She wants to know what's going on. Yeah, is there rioting going on in Minneapolis too right now? That's crazy. See, it's all the big cities. Chicago's supposed to have some going on.
They had that Ilya Omar. What an idiot that girl.
Oh, she was over there screaming. She was screaming. She goes, this, that they came and they did this to the U.S. aid fund. Yeah. This is the beginning of communist.
He's a dictator. I told you he would do this. And it's
like, dude, you married your brother. Get out of here. Talk about trying to get away with stuff.
Just shut up, Dad. Why do they vote for people like that?
You're not in your country, so you know you can. Hey, Carolyn, you're not. Okay, so here's the thing. You don't live in a place where they wear that thing on their head, that wrap thing on their head. So you don't have to wear it unless you're. What are you trying to do?
She's trying to say this is her culture. This is America.
Again.
Take that shit off your head. Jeez. Oh my God.
Well, maybe she's going bald.
I don't care. That other one goes on there bald. Or did they kick that one out? That one lost her election, I think, didn't she? That bald one? I don't remember.
No, there is one totally bald.
The squad.
Yeah,
I think one of them got voted out.
One was totally bald. And no, Talib is still there. And so is that Judah J or whatever. She's an idiot, Somalia, and got a ton of money. Yeah, she's probably got to shout. You know what? That's why she's all mad and up in arms that this place closed down. Because you know what?
Send her back to
her
Somalia.
Fingerprints, I can guarantee you, are there too.
Send her back to Somalia.
Yeah, that's probably where the Peruvian part
and her family,
the Peruvian stuff come from.
It is what it is. You're going home.
Anything, we're going to check them out. Anything to do with the Middle East, we're going to check and see where your family lies. Oh, they're wearing the long dresses too? Okay, well, all right, so why? You know what? You can wear a kilt if you want to.
Okay.
And you just tell everybody you're Scottish.
Okay.
And you can say, I'm wearing a kilt because, and I don't even know what I wear because I got so many different breeds that I could wear, I guess, whatever I want to. And then I could put a feather in the back of my head. Guys, I don't care what they wear. Really, I don't care if she puts a thing on her head or she sings and dances in front of the Empire State Building. But I do care where your guys' money's going and where they're sticking it in their pocket. And where they're making all these...
They're sticking it to us. What they're doing.
They're doing it.
And it hurts.
They're doing it. And you know what? And then they go, well, you know what? If you make such and such amount of money, you got to pay such and such in. And then you're like, well, gosh, we're going to get a standard deduction. And when you get it down, they're like, sorry, you're not getting any money back. We'll give you $1.25. You're like, how do all these rich people never pay and we always have to pay? And now I'm funding a transgender comic book in Peru.
It's all about
or I'm sending or I'm funding rubbers to Gaza.
Well, they're
not even going to be there
did
anymore.
You hear those rubbers? We were talking about that.
Yeah.
They were going to send thousands of condoms there.
Yeah, so they could put them on their guns.
Well, they were actually. I had seen something on that. I mean, they were actually filling them up, and this is a tactic that they use where they fill them up with helium so they look like they're a balloon.
Right.
But they put incendiary stuff to where they catch on fire and they blow up, and the kids go over to them. So they actually use them as a weapon, and it's a known thing to use condoms for that.
That's horrible.
It is horrible.
And we funded that?
Yeah. Well, they were going to try. That's a tactic that they use. Is that my nanners?
Mm-hmm.
Hello, nanners.
And so you've got and then I heard that we funded Hamas out of that USA fund, aid fund.
We probably fund both sides of every war.
We've been funding everything, and
we're helping Russia while we're helping Ukraine. Don't let it fool you.
No, because they did that in the Great Britain, and that's how
the
Rothschilds.
And we're probably giving Iran money too.
I love you, Uncle.
Hey, baby.
There you go. See, think about that. We've got our hands giving money to everybody but our American people.
Not anymore.
Mm-mm. That comes to a halt. And they said, we're going to get you, Elon. We're going to stop you. We didn't vote you in. His position didn't have to be voted in. I think anything that happens that he decides to do, then he's got to go through the president to do it. But once he finds it, Trump's going to sign off on it.
And he is talking about long-term ownership of Garza.
Yes, he is.
Gaza.
The Garzas are going to manage you. Yeah, he's talking about long-term ownership of Gaza Strip. Oh, and Panama back down. So we got the Panama Canal now, and we can go over there and fix it because it's got all kinds of structural problems too now. So I don't know where Trump is getting all this money to fix everything. We got North Carolina to fix, we got California to fix, and now we're going to go over there and fix Gaza Strip. Oh, and the Panama Canal too.
Well, I love the idea of these tariffs, but if these people keep giving in, are we ever going to get any money out of these tariffs?
Well, I think he put 10% on China, and he's not planning on taking that away.
No, but I mean, it's one of those. Mexico pay their
25%, but you're right, Donna. Almost 80 million people decided that Elon Musk could go in there and check that stuff out.
We all know what he needs to do. We've all been waiting for them to stick a probe in Washington and find out where our money is going. We have all been waiting for it.
And it's shocking. Mm-hmm. It's shocking. Every day it's something shocking.
And I want to see him be able to go on Tweet or whatever the heck it's called. X. I don't have an X account. But
he's on America, whatever his true central.
But if he can go on there and say, look what I found.
Well, that's what he did. Come on, guys. Let's talk about that for a second, okay?
It's not national security.
So you don't think? Let me get the whole scenario down here for you. Do you think for 1 second that Elon Musk did not go in there and hack those computers before he ever went in there, knew exactly what he was looking for, and then went in? I think so.
He hired,
because he sure the heck didn't just go in there.
He supposedly hired a bunch of engineers ages 19 to 24 or something like that to do an upgrade on the systems so he can figure out what the hell's going on.
Yep. And he knew exactly what he was going into.
Somebody might have to give these people some clearance, or they might have to have some NDAs.
Yep. So oil and gas is going to generate a ton of money. And that's why, okay, so that's another thing. We were talking about that. All right. So everyone got all up in arms and was going, oh my God, Trump is changing it from the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. How, what a dictator. He wants to change the name of it and blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, you know what, you guys, let's uncover the truth there too. The truth is Before Biden got out of office, he signed a bill or a law stating that we are not allowed to ever drill in the Gulf of Mexico. Right? Well, it's not the Gulf of Mexico anymore. It's the Gulf of America. And that's a different place. And we can drill. Kind of a twist there, huh?
Let's go up to Alaska. We'll start.
Oh, Alaska's got enough.
I haven't
gold
heard
in
anything
the
about this
ground.
Keystone Pipeline.
He hasn't had time
Well,
yet.
they
Don't
were,
think it's not coming.
They
Because
were,
it's coming.
they were talking that to get that going again was going to take a lot of money because they just dropped everything where they were because Biden just killed 50,000 jobs when he did that. What a piece of shit. Who goes in the first day and kills 50,000 American jobs? What kind of person does that?
Well,
And that's just immediate jobs. That doesn't talk about the jobs, people that clean, the clothes or sets up the taco
Trump
stand or whatever.
Went in and fired 10,000.
Well, those people were government workers. Those weren't private sector
He
workers.
did. No, you're right. And these 1,000 that work for this USA aid, whatever, they're going to.
They can go out to the oil fields, start working.
They can start working like the rest of us.
Okay, you guys are going down.
Okay, he asked where the checks are being cut. All the bills were being cut in one department, so all the proof was there. Thank you, Elon. See, there you go. You think that he doesn't know what he's doing. This is what he was hired to do,
and we want him to do it.
And and 80 million people want him to tell me where my money's at.
If he gets to the, I might even buy a Tesla. Okay.
No, I'm never buying a Tesla.
If he can do this,
other trucks are pretty cool.
I will buy me a Tesla. But he's got to get he gets this thing rolling.
Our electric bill's high enough.
I'll put it on a generator. I'll tie it in. I'll tie it into the neighbor's
right. Tie it into the neighbor's yard. No, I'm not going that far. But you know what? I'll sure give him a brownie. I'll give him a brownie button.
I've seen that Tesla truck going around. It's pretty cool.
Chest appended on.
And they say it's like bulletproof.
Well, it probably is. I could buy. We could do Starlink. Okay, we could support him with Starlink. But I'm not buying a Tesla.
Yeah.
Or his little small motor homes or any of that stuff either. Yeah, buy me a Mercedes Benz.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right when I get mine, you'll get yours.
A Cybertruck.
Yeah.
Right? Or the new Jeep. Oh my God, the new Jeep Scrambler. I'll take that. I don't know, guys. I'm telling you, you just like Linda and I say, you can't make this stuff up. I couldn't make this stuff up on a good day. This is like some kind of fairy tale. Every morning I wake up to, oh my God, my mouth drops open. I'm a Jeep girl too. In fact, I have a Jeep.
It's a fake Jeep, but it's a Jeep.
We had a Jeep Scrambler, but
it got old.
It got old and we sold it.
Daddy wants a new one.
Yep, there it is. I like Jeeps too. We got married in a Jeep and drove down.
We honeymooned in our Jeep.
You're very pissed. Why are you pissed?
I guess you are.
No. Good old Janice. Janice who?
Janis Joplin.
Janis Joplin. I'm very pissed. I don't know what she's pissed about. Maybe she'll tell us in a minute. Yeah, we don't want to plug in our cars. We want to use oil like we're supposed to. In fact, and we want to take down these windmills that are killing the birds. And you know what? Let's just go back to the way it was. What was wrong with it?
Well, what did they say?
What was wrong with it?
What did they say?
Oh boy, honeymooned in the back seat. No, we drove down we had a 2-seater and we went flying down the mountain in Colorado. Yeah. Wind blowing.
I I don't know how I didn't kill myself. Couldn't hold
I
my
don't
breath.
know how I still ended up with my veil and my hat, but anyway, yep.
And we were
Yeah.
young. I had a mullet
Right.
back then. Okay.
Yeah, I had a mullet.
Yeah.
He looked like Joe Dirt.
Yep.
I had a blue Jeep Rocky Mountain Liberty.
Ooh.
That's nice. That's nice. And you had a mullet and you were driving down the road like Joe Dirt?
I was racing my cousin in his Camaro down the dirt road
Yeah, in the Jeep.
in the Jeep.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they were racing down the mountain road and the cousin was driving a Camaro and we were driving the Jeep. And did it even have the doors on it or it had the soft doors on it?
I had the doors on it. We had the doors on it.
It was because a lot of times we were driving along without the doors on.
Want to hear a funny story though?
Yeah, tell us a funny story.
We went on a date one time, living in Colorado, and this young lady got all dressed up.
Oh yeah.
I had the doors off on the Jeep, and no top, just the bikini top. And we were going to Cheyenne Frontier Days, go see the rodeo. She gets all purdied up, bear spray. And I look over at her as we're flying down the highway, and her hair's like, oh, we're going to have to stop and fix this.
See, guys don't think about us.
And we'll have to get her a hat because this ain't going to work. She looked all pretty when I picked her up, but it was another story.
And when we got there, I looked like Phyllis Diller. My hair was sticking out and all wind blown.
And that was the 80s when you had big hair. So.
Yeah, well, it wasn't supposed to be that big.
Mm-hmm. That was funny.
Look, she said she's pissed about them stealing our money.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what, Donna? I think there's going to be a lot more that's going to piss you off, my friend. I think this is just the beginning. This is just what they've done is they've wounded the beast.
This is week 3.
Okay, they've wounded the beast. We haven't gone for its head yet.
What's going to happen 6 months from now? If this is week 3.
Oh my gosh, 6 months. 6 months from now. And it was fun. Frontier Days is a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
You know, 6 months from now, we probably won't even recognize our nation. She's got a Grand Cherokee and an F-150.
Mm.
Yeah, we had 4-wheel drives, and then we moved to tropical country. We all are pissed. I'm telling you, we're all pissed. I was so mad that my head was spinning. And then when they burned the American flag, I thought I was going to throw up. I was crazy. So mad. I thought I was going to throw up. I thought, are you kidding me right now? You think it's okay to burn our American flag in our country and we're going to stand here and let you do it? Oh, and let's do some cookies in the middle of the street.
And they're talking. I don't know if you ever watched, was in Sean Ryan. If anybody wants to get on, watch Sean Ryan and watch the episode with Sarah Adams. She's got 2 episodes, but watch the one with Sarah Adams. And oh my God, when she talks about terrorists here in the United States and how we need to watch. And we got the big Super Bowl coming up. And I don't think they're going to try anything at the Super Bowl.
I think
because it's too hard of a target to try to do something.
I think they are. But we just
something bad.
Something bad's going to happen somewhere that day.
It's they don't live on our schedule. They use dates that are important to them, not important to us. They won't hit us on a day that matters to us. 9/11 was a date that, if you listen and when you research it, that goes all the way back to like the early 1900s,
right?
When something happened.
And the Super Bowl is considered a 911. And let me explain to you how that works. So you take the date out. Okay, well, everyone else will. You take the date out, so you have 9, right? And then the month is 2, the year is 2/02/25. So you add your 2. Your 2, and your 5, and you get 11, 911. Okay, and here's the other thing that's kind of different about that. Those planes, one of those planes, the one plane that went down, that hit the helicopter, was an American Express or Eagle Express.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the plane was coming from Kansas, was going into Reagan International, and it was coming from Kansas, Chief Country, right? The one that went down a week and a half later was in Eagle Country, hit the Roosevelt Mall.
Did you see the hole it put in the concrete?
It was horrible. It was horrific.
Mm.
So now the Eagle, and it was on its way to some place in, they said Missouri, but it was actually someplace in Kansas. So it was again going back to Chief Country. So now we've got the Kansas City Chiefs and the Eagles, and they're playing the 9th of February. You add it up, it comes to 9/11, and they're playing in the Caesar Dome.
Caesar Dome.
That's what they are. In Louisiana. They call it the Caesar Dome.
They renamed it?
Yes.
I didn't know they renamed it. I don't believe that.
You want me to look it up and prove it to you? I will when this is over. Yes, they did. So when you start looking, yeah, go Eagles. That's what I'm saying too. Go Eagles. But I mean, so it's all suspect, and I think there's going to be a lot of turmoil during the Super Bowl, and I really hope that somebody doesn't try something stupid, because yeah, it is the Caesar Dome now instead of the Superdome.
I did not know that.
So now they're going to be playing in the Caesar Dome.
Is that like Little Caesar's Pizza Dome?
No, why don't you try Julius Caesar? Yeah. Okay.
It's not the Little Caesar Pizza Dome.
You know what? You want me to believe in aliens? Okay, well, will you follow along with me and believe what I'm telling you? So when you put it all together, it's just a warning, guys. Just like, when the Bible speaks, if there's no great revival, then all hell's going to break loose, right? But it's the living word, and we have a chance to change history and do that great revival, which we're doing right now. But it's just a warning.
Hey, Nanners, are we coming to your house to go to watch Super Bowl?
We're not, because I got a lot of work for you to do, because I'm honeydews. In fact, I'm going to start writing them down in this book, and nothing is on here yet, so I'm going to start writing.
Oh, no. That was a mistake.
I'm starting my book of honeydew list. Pizza.
I'm kind of hungry. I don't think
so. I mean, all we can do, guys, is pray everything is
watch your surroundings.
Watch your surroundings. Pray that everything goes okay.
Be prepared.
Be prepared. Put your head on a swivel.
I mean, if you carry. If not, that's fine too. But be ready. Be ready for anything.
Right.
And
right.
If you go to the grocery store, watch everything. Go to the mall, watch everything.
Right. Where there's a lot of people,
watch everything.
And remember, I told you we're right now just this little pot that's been boiling. It's starting to simmer. Well, it's starting to do a little bit of a boil. I think it's going to start boiling. Hell yeah.
Okay, I'll be there.
Okay,
we'll leave Connie home.
Let's just leave Clyde's leaving Connie at home. So, yeah. There's so much more yet to come. We got to get through it all to get to where we need to be, where we feel safe. I mean, we got to get all these people out of here. And you think that they're not going to hide in the hills and the shoot? They're going to hide everywhere. Remember, they found Saddam Hussein in a hole somewhere. Remember, he was even hiding. So don't think for 1 second these guys won't hide. I'm just saying, and the United States is a big place.
There's a lot of places to hide.
Yes, prayers for safety at the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what KMM is? A skater.
Really?
Yeah. She was gonna skate professionally, and then now she's teaching. She's training. She's
that's cool.
A few years younger than us.
That's cool.
When I think that inside the White House we have him now, I'm melting with happiness. You know what? Me too.
You know,
Neil said, let's go.
All right. But you know, he from day one, he's done more interviews and talked to the press and just talking to the people than Biden did in 4 years. On day one, he sits there and talks to the press all day long, and he's so open.
Biden didn't even know how to tie his shoes.
I know.
How could he talk to anybody?
But I mean,
They had to write everything for him.
However, anybody could think that was even legitimate, you know. And then Harris, oh my God.
She's so
I
intelligent.
love how that one guy said the other day, they tried to put in the 7th string quarterback to run our country. You know, American people ain't that stupid, and we're not.
That was a Hoosier soldier. We made an exhibit in the museum. Yeah, he was a, what did he say? What did he call him? You something pony soldier? Remember?
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
He was horrible. And I don't know what happened to him. He just kind of melted off the.
Let's do some push-ups. Oh, push-ups I can do.
I should have just taken him behind the barn. Yeah, I'll just take him behind the barn. Behind the gymnasium. Whatever. Good night. Linda, have a good night. Sleep well. Try to relax.
Take care of them babies.
Take care of those babies.
You're on next Monday.
Maybe. It just all depends. She's got her. I'm just telling you, she's got her hands
I'm going to
full.
send you Debbie.
No.
No, Debbie. We'll send you Connie.
Okay. All right, guys. It's about that time. If anything comes up, if anything pops up that's going too crazy, yeah, dog face pony soldier.
That's it.
That was it. Dog face pony soldier. All right, guys, we're going to call it a night. My nose is itching. You know what they say? Somebody's either thinking about you or talking about you. Probably both. Maybe.
I don't believe that shit.
Of course not. But he believes in aliens. Mm-hmm. You know what, Donna? He believes in reptilians.
Trump's probably an alien.
You know what? And long neck aliens.
And Musk is probably an alien too.
You think? Oh, okay, everybody's an alien. All right, I love you guys. You have a nice weekend. If anything happens that I need to pop on here, I may just do that. You may see me before the weekend. If not, you have a really safe weekend. Say a prayer. Prayer for the Super Bowl this weekend. Go Eagles. And we'll talk really soon. Take care. Oh, and make sure you click like on your way out the door, y'all. Good night.